Hello everyone, this is Varun and welcome back to my channel Pawn Master. In today's video we will learn a new opening called Sicilian Defense. So now let's head to the video. Welcome back, and now we will see what is the main structure, the foundation of Sicilian Defense. The Sicilian Defense is a chess opening that begins with the following moves. White plays e4 and black plays c5. Now, this is the basic foundation of Sicilian defense. So you can see here, the Sicilian defense is the most popular and the best scoring response to the white's first move e4. But Sicilian defense is not for beginners. Sicilian defense is a complex and a tough opening. As you can see, opening d4 is a statistically more successful opening for white because of the high success rate of Sicilian defense against e4. Many grandmasters play this Sicilian opening. Sicilian defense is used oftenly by the chess world champion, the current chess world champion Magnus Carlsen. This is a very complex position. That's why many beginners do not play this position. Now let's head to the chessboard and just like the previous video, find out how it is played and what is its variation and how are they countered. Now here on the chessboard, first white plays e4 and then black plays c5. This is Sicilian defense. Now there are further many variations to this. First we will start with knight playing to b3. This is a closed variation. This position, as you go ahead, this position becomes closed and not that attacking. It's a defensive position. And now here they can play something like this or something like this. This is a traditional variation of bringing the knight over here. And now, why is this pawn played? When this pawn is played and this knight is brought to c6, it is so that when the knight comes to c6, this pawn back over here is not blocked. Or instead of knight c6, there could be something like this. This goes in the normal closed variation, and this one was the traditional line. This it is like just developing its own pieces. There can also be played this if they want, because you have to control the center, and the center can be controlled by these four pawns. These two side pawns c2 and f2, c7 and f7 are indirectly controlling the center. And see, it is indirectly controlling this center. Now you can play further and develop. This is the Nimzowitsch closed variation. You can play something like this. This is the normal closed variation. Or you can play something like this. This also comes in the normal closed variation. Or anything else like this. This all comes in the closed variation. Now let's see another variation. Instead of knight c3, if white plays knight to f3, this is not any official variation, but you can play this. By playing this pawn is still unprotected, and after black plays this game turns into the Nimzowitsch variation. As I just told you before, as white plays this, it is the Nimzowitsch and the closed variation. And here this is the normal Nimzowitsch variation. After this, if I play this again, it will turn into Nimzowitsch closed variation. And now to support this, I can play something like this, or play this and attack it. There are different choices to play in this Nimzowitsch variation. This will be the advanced variation. The pawn, instead of protecting itself, goes ahead and attacks. There could be this. There are many types of situations which this position can lead into. Now if you play this knight can go back here, over here, over here. This knight will have to move. This knight can go over here and then bring something like this and capture this pawn. Or white can just go and attack this. Or white can play over here. This is the normal Nimzowitsch advanced variation. Now after this, you can play anything like attacking it, making this go back and resulting into a waste move by black. As you know, black is always one move behind from white, and by this move it becomes two moves behind. It has just wasted by playing this, because it just has to go back. Now we will go back and see some other variations. We are back to c5. Now this can be a move to c4. It will be the Staunton Cochrane variation. As you can see, Staunton Cochrane variation. Now what does this mean? It is just playing as black plays. This pawn cannot come further, and now white is controlling this square very powerfully, and black is controlling this square of the center. These four squares are of the center and black has one, and white has also one, but white has two pawns to control that square. And now there can be further something like this, and then this will be a symmetrical variation. This all moves in a symmetry. Now playing something like this and this, as you can see, it's this Staunton Cochrane variation, and the variation is not changing. You can also say this as the symmetrical variation. I can play this, then black will play this. See, this is the Staunton Cochrane variation, and this is all going symmetrical. Play something like this. This can come, it's all going symmetrical. And in this symmetrical variation, no side has a good advantage over the other. This just goes equally. And now if someone does a mistake or you just outsmart them and think of a creative move, you can just win the game. It's like if you get a breakthrough, you win. If black gets a breakthrough, black wins. Now on to the next variation. We saw knight to f3, we saw c4, we saw play this knight to c6 of black, which will lead to a closed traditional line, and this knight c3. So basically we saw three white moves: knight c3, knight f3, and knight and c4. Now what are the other moves? I can play d3. Now playing d3 is just securing or supporting this and opening this bishop. Black can play this, and I can just develop my pieces. Now over here it's a little bit closed type of variation, and it is not an official variation. As you can see, it doesn't have a name, but I'm showing you this because this is a possibility of getting played. Now back to c5, we can see there is something like we can play this. This is the Mcdonald Attack. Playing this is just going opposite and attacking this and this. Black is doing this. There can be even this move, but this move is not advisable, or black will not place such a move. This can be played if you capture. The queen can come and control the center, but there can also be an move that it can go ahead. This is also not an official or the used variation, but this is a position that can be played. Instead of d7, black can even play this, just like that. So just developing its own pieces. Black can play this instead of knight. Black can play this, or black can play this. These are all not official, and this is the main most used and the variation which is there, the Mcdonald Attack. This is the move which is played in that variation. This knight bringing here and attacking this pawn. Now white can support the pawn by knight c3, which is mostly played in the Mcdonald Attack. Even this is a choice. This is also played in Mcdonald Attack. So what we saw here, these moves is the basic foundation of Sicilian Defense and Mcdonald Attack. Now let's see, have we studied all the variations? And I think yes, we have done. We have studied whatever moves white can play and how can black react. So I hope you liked my video. If you liked my video, please do like, share and subscribe, and ring that bell icon so that you can receive updates about my next video. So till then, thank you.